Hi, this video will review the policies for our summer freshman composition 1 class for the online section. And we're looking right now at our course syllabus and looking at the course policies. And the first thing to keep in mind is about attendance. And you may wonder, well, how do you take attendance in an online class? And maybe different teachers do it different ways. But for me, participation equals attendance, and participation equals turning your work in on time. So that means that if you don't turn in work on time, that means you're absent. So it's very important for you to turn in work and turn it in on time. Summer school moves really fast. Normally in a 16-week class, you can miss about 2 weeks of class, which equates to 4 classes. But we move so fast, we're moving almost 4 times as fast. So what that means for us in the summer is that if you don't turn in work for 4 days, they don't have to be concurrent, where you miss work, where you either don't turn it in or you don't turn it in on time, that you may be dropped. Now, I don't necessarily absolutely drop people if they've missed 4 like that. I like to communicate with people, but that's our kind of benchmark for good attendance. And you seriously can be dropped if you've missed more than that. I encourage you to communicate with me about situations that affect your participation. Your laptop falls in the lake and you can't do your work. You have some kind of emergency, whatever it might be, contact me immediately and let me know, Dr. Irvin, I'm not going to be able to turn in this assignment on time because of whatever. Can I please have an extension to turn it in, say, tomorrow? Typically, I grant extensions if you ask ahead of time for good reason. I typically don't excuse things if you come in after the fact. So it's very important for you to be proactive and to be communicative with me about any situations that are affecting your participation in the class. So that has to do with attendance. So next, let's talk about our late policies. First, I guess we should talk generally about late daily work. And with daily work, I don't give any credit for late work. So we do journals, we'll have some grammar exercises, we'll have a reading quiz or 2, there's peer response. If you don't do those things, you can't make them up later. It's just a 0. With our essays, with the writing assignments, it's a little bit different. So with the late writing assignment policy, we'll be writing 3 drafts for each essay. And if any of those late drafts are late, you're going to have points off on your grade. So if the first or second draft is late, it's 5 points off the final grade on that essay. If the third draft, the final draft, is late, it's 10 points off the grade of the essay, and you need to turn that essay in within 2 days. 3 days, I'm sorry, or the grade will be a 0. Now, I want to keep in mind that, not all drafts are created equal. You can't just turn in anything and have it count as an on-time draft. It needs to be good effort, following the assignment, following the directions for it to count as on time. So I reserve the right to count a draft as late if it really is unacceptable work. I do also reserve the right to require you to rewrite an essay if it's of poor quality or for whatever reason. And keep in mind, all rewrites are due within 2 days after you get it back. And it's your responsibility to do that work and get it turned in. If that is late, then it's like a late final draft. It's 10 points off, and you've got 3 days to complete the grade, complete the essay, rewrite, or it's a 0. So communicate with me about this stuff if you're having problems with late drafts. So that kind of are the kind of key things for policies for our class in terms of attendance and late work. I want to quickly review some things in the rest of the syllabus, and I encourage you to read the entire thing. our Smart Start policy, which is basically attending the first day of class, and for us it's doing those assignments to secure, in a sense, your enrollment in the class, that you're really part of the class. Just want to review the student responsibility for success. Really an excellent kind of list of things that any good student needs to know and what they do to be a good student. About engagement, communication, academic success, student responsibility. I want to highlight about the academic integrity policy. So you want to make sure to do your own work, and with academic dishonesty, it can have some pretty severe consequences. So for us, you want to make sure that you're not copying other people's work and mishandling it inside your work. We will cover that in our class about how to avoid plagiarism. So I encourage you to read through the syllabus. I know it's not the most exciting reading, but there is some important information in there for you as a student at SAC. So if you have any questions about our policies for our class or for the college, how to access some of these services that you may need, disabled student services or mental health services, or advising or something like that, please let me know. So that concludes our brief video on our class policies.